Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about something that I've been eating years, but I only now thought about it as a survival food, and I learned something about it. And that is peas. And it's one of those underestimated prepper foods that I'm thinking about to put in my bug out bag. And I will tell you for the next reasons, because this food is very multifunctional for several reasons, and we're going about the reasons all together and why it's a good survival food. But before we go into talk about that, if you're interested in detective stories, there will be a link in the description to my first book and my second book. First one called Bloody Crosses, second one called The Jason Murders. It's in Dutch. If you're interested, the links will be in the description. Alright, peas. In Dutch we call it kikkererwten. So, why is this a good survival food? First of all, I never noticed about the calories of these peas. So, if you look at how many calories are in some peas, it's around 323, 24 calories for each 100 grams. And that's a very good benefit if you think on how dense peas are. If you see, this is a package of, how much is it? 500 grams, half a kilogram. So 5 times 300 is like 2000 calories in only this package. So that's already very good. Second thing I like about this is you can store it for a very long time. You can store it in either frozen, but you can also store it dried like this. And it's just like with beans. You can, as long as they are in a dark, cool, dry place, you can store them for many years. And you can also can them. That is from a harvest I had, I think around 4 years ago, and I never opened it to test how well this canning would be. And to be honest, they still look fine. I'm not going to eat them. I will open them one day and see and smell them perhaps, but eating I will not risk. But from what I can see and from other canning experiments that I did for 4 years in this improvised canning, I would say they still look pretty nice. So if even an idiot like me can keep them fresh, canning them, I don't know how you say this word, but that I canned them for this long, and I'm an idiot, so imagine. Another thing you can do is, and it is also very good, I don't know if you can see this, but if you grind them up, you can turn them into an improvised flour. So with my crank grinder, I just filled the top around this, so it's just not even, it's like a small handful of peas, and I grounded them up to something like this. So they are a good source of emergency flours. And the other reason why they are good for that is because they contain a lot of things that you will need for a long-term scenario. They contain iron, fiber, vitamin A, C, and B. Yeah, I think it's B. And they also are a good protein substitute. So they are very good plants to have in your garden. Talking about planting, because these ones I had in my garden myself. You can plant them and grow them in a month, and even if you got dried from the supermarket, even you can use these, but these will be less effective. There will be more faulty ones between them, but it is possible to use this as an emergency seed to plant them in your garden, perhaps even on the balcony of your apartment, if you wish. So yeah, good in calories, a lot of nutrients, easy to plant, easy to storage. You can do a lot of things with it. So for example, if you grind them up to like a bread meal, you can take them with you in a bug out bag or as emergency bread for long-term storage, and turn them into bread with just a simple grinder. You can also use a mortals or a mortar, something that you can squash them, even rocks, so to say, and that will even be sufficient. Another thing I would say is, I already said they were very compact, and they are also very cheap. Peas are, like I said, easy to grow, and they don't cost a lot of money. So if you get all of these bags, you can store them for years, and even if they are gone a little bit bad, so to say, you can still soak them in water and give them to your chickens, and they will be very, very happy with that. Because I had a few packages that I left open, got a little bit moist inside of them, and I would not eat them anymore, but I put them in some water, they soaked up water, and when they were a little bit soft, I gave them to my chickens, and my chickens got all these nutrients and also calories from them. So it's never a loss, even if they go bad for humans, so to say. Alright, so yeah, this is just something that I wanted to talk about, and I hope you will put them in your survival plans. If you got any other uses for peas, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and see you in the next video. Cheers!